OpenAI might have just leaked GPT 5.4 with a rumored to million token memory and pixel-level vision, while at the exact same time a 678 kilobyte AI agent is running on $5 hardware. And Alibaba just open-sourced a full personal AI workstation with long-term memory. Yeah, this isn't clickbait. This is the AI landscape splitting in 3 directions at once. Today, we're breaking down the possible GPT 5.4 leak, the rise of ultra-tiny edge agents like Nullclaw, and why Alibaba's Copa might quietly be one of the most important architecture plays of the year. Bigger models, microscopic agents, full AI workstations, all dropping almost simultaneously. Let's start with the leak that caught everyone off guard. A screenshot started circulating on X. Developers dug into a GitHub pull request tied to OpenAI's coding assistant, Codex, and there it was, GPT 5.4 referenced directly in version conditions. Not vague, not hidden. It even mentioned a fast mode tied specifically to that model. Then another trace appeared. A feature flag called view_image_original_resolution included a condition that explicitly enabled support when the target model is GPT 5.4 or later. That line was quickly changed to GPT 5.3, but by then, screenshots were everywhere. Multiple traces, drop-down model entries, version references, either several coordinated mistakes, or something real is sitting internally, very close to release. Now here's where it gets serious. Rumors suggest GPT 5.4 could ship with a 2 million token context window. 2 million. For perspective, most large context systems today operate in the hundreds of thousands. 2 million tokens means entire books, full code bases, massive design systems, even multi-month chat histories loaded into a single session. But rehook this for a second, a big number doesn't equal a breakthrough. A context window that size demands enormous caching during inference. Memory overhead scales aggressively. Computational complexity increases non-linearly. And if recall accuracy drops as the window expands, the number is meaningless. Developers are talking about something called the needle in a haystack test. If recall stays above 90% across the full window, that's historic. If it doesn't, it's just marketing. And then there's vision. The same leak suggested GPT 5.4 may process original resolution images without compression. That sounds subtle, but it's huge. Most multimodal models downscale or compress images before analysis. That introduces blur, artifacts, distortions. If a model can operate at true pixel fidelity, that unlocks high-precision UI analysis, architectural schematics, medical imagery, engineering diagrams, without hallucinated edges or misread lines. Imagine front-end developers uploading full Figma prototypes, engineers submitting dense CAD diagrams, designers reviewing high-resolution mockups without degradation. That's not incremental, that's category shifting. And here's the strange part. When some users asked Chat 5.4 what model it was running, it reportedly claimed to be GPT-5. Is that version drift, internal testing artifacts, or something already deployed behind feature flags? Add to that the anticipation around DeepSeek's upcoming V4 release, and the competition is clearly accelerating. The large model race is not slowing down, it's intensifying. But now, hard rehook. While everyone debates massive context windows, a 678 kilobyte AI agent called Nullclaw is running on hardware that costs less than your lunch. Nullclaw is written entirely in Zig, no Python runtime, no JVM, no managed overhead. It compiles directly to machine code with minimal dependencies. The result? Approximately 678 kilobytes binary, approximately 1 megabyte RAM usage, boot times under 2 milliseconds. Most modern agent frameworks chew through hundreds of megabytes. Some cross gigabytes. Nullclaw runs in microcontroller territory. Why does that matter? Because not every AI future lives in a data center. Edge devices, sensors, low-power robotics, industrial hardware, remote environments, think Raspberry Pi glass boards, STM32 microcontrollers, $5 embedded systems running autonomous agents without cloud dependency. Rehook this. While GPT 5.4 might scale upward to massive centralized intelligence, Nullclaw scales downward to ubiquitous distributed intelligence, and architecturally, it's modular. Model connectors, messaging interfaces, tools, memory modules, all interchangeable. Switch providers without rewriting the engine. It already integrates with over 20 AI providers and more than a dozen communication platforms. Despite its size, it supports multi-agent orchestration and something called Model Context Protocol for standardized tool interaction. Memory is handled manually, risky, yes, but deliberately optimized for extreme efficiency. Security? Encrypted API keys via Cha-Cha 20-Poly 1305. Sandbox execution using isolation layers like Docker and Landlock. Nearly 3,000 tests validating stability. This is not a toy project. It's a thesis. AI agents don't have to be bloated to be powerful. Now let's pivot to the third axis. Alibaba just open-sourced Copa. And this one shifts the conversation from models to architecture. Copa positions itself as a personal AI workstation, not just a chatbot, not just an API wrapper. An environment. It's built on 3 layers: a Genscope runtime, and REMI, the memory system. REMI addresses one of the biggest limitations in LLM systems: statelessness. Standard app is forget everything unless you resend context. REMI enables persistent, evolving long-term memory across sessions. That means preference retention, task continuity, workflow evolution. An agent that actually grows with you. Rehook. The real battle may not be model size, it may be memory persistence and orchestration. Copa also introduces a skill extension system. Developers can drop Python-based skills into a directory and instantly expand capabilities: scraping, file management, calendar integration, knowledge-based querying. Workflow automation. No core engine modification required. Then there's cross-platform orchestration. One instance can bridge enterprise tools, messaging platforms, and social channels simultaneously. Memory remains consistent regardless of where interaction happens, and it supports scheduled tasks, proactive execution, not just reactive responses. Daily research summaries, repo monitoring, automated reports pushed to preferred channels. This is where architecture becomes leverage. So zoom out. On one side, potential GPT 5.4 with ultra-long context and pixel-level vision. Centralized intelligence scaling vertically. On another, Nullclaw compressing agent capability into micro-scale binaries for edge deployment. Intelligence scaling horizontally. And in between, Copa building persistent, extensible AI workstations that turn models into operating environments. 3 vectors. Same week. If you're building in AI right now, don't just chase the biggest model. Watch the architecture layer, memory systems, orchestration frameworks, edge efficiency. That's where structural advantage is forming, because the next phase of AI isn't just smarter chat, it's distributed cognition, persistent agents, and context at unprecedented scale. And this race, it's accelerating. I'll keep tracking the GPT 5.4 rumors, the DeepSeek V4 drop, and how these architectural plays evolve, because this isn't noise. It's signal. If you want breakdowns that cut through hype and actually explain what matters under the hood, you're in the right place. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.